You're finding the tabletop channel on my Discord now that you're on it again.
I mean, I kind of just lurk through it, mostly.
Well, feel free to contribute.
I don't have anything to I haven't been able to get down to my painting table in almost a month and a half.
I paint as we D&D. I
can't do that.
Yeah, he has to
without the
DM,
paint
so
training. Yeah,
I have
true,
to manage
I
you
guess.
people.
But my stream's live, but I'm going to show I finally got myself a painting handle.
Oh.
Hold on, I need to find Utari.
Yeah, so on today I went and finally took the plunge and got a painting handle, and it's hopefully make my life much easier. But the contrast paints, I finally figured out the Dark Angel's green contrast, which was giving me problems. I think I've figured it out. I've kind of got a system in place, but the other contrast colors I've used so far, like the red and stuff like that, have been brilliant. Like they really helped me. Like I knocked out the Primaris Lieutenant that I posted a while back with the robes in there. The robes look lovely with the quote unquote contrast method that I invented. Just really watered down paint. Yeah, he's come out really great, and I got him in one sitting from plastic to fully painted.
Nice.
Okay, I'm back.
I need to. For all of those people that do paint miniatures, can you send me your paint recommendations? Because I need to pick some up for various things.
Army painter.
No, depends what you're getting. If you're looking, what are you painting?
Metals.
Metals.
Army painter.
Shit.
What kind of metals?
28 mils.
28 mil soft, 28 mil pewter. It's
okay, pewter. Army painter's fine if you just want basic colors, but if you want to have like better choices in shades, frankly, I would say Vallejo, or however you bloody well pronounce it, are superior. Except for certain colors where you lean to Citadel.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. The difference is that one, Citadel dries in a satin instead of a matte, more so than Army Painter and Vallejo. Army Painter and Vallejo have a larger range of colors that you can access. They don't have like gimmick paints in a lot of ways. Like right now, a lot of Citadel paints, they've got like 3 different levels, like the layer, the base, and everything like that, and that changes consistency. But that's kind of a gimmick. If you know how to mix paints or you know how to thin paints, then going Army Painter or Vallejo, or also like
that's why I said Vallejo.
You can cut those, but if you're picking up a large amount, Army Painter has the best deals for bulk boxes.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
You can pick up the Army Painter complete set for about $80 US, and that gives you 75 paints.
Well,
brushes.
I'd like to clarify. I started this entire conversation saying, if you're looking for basic colors, Army Painter. If you want more of a definitive range, Vallejo, because I prefer the Vallejo's range compared to Army Painter for like if you're looking for more of a general range. But if you want just basic colors and you're looking for bulk, as Roach said, Army Painter.
Because it will have first it's going to be some miniatures that I picked up as like almost practice miniatures, and then eventually I'll be moving on to painting some D&D miniatures, hopefully. So
yeah, and then in that case I would actually recommend Army Painter, because the one thing about Vallejo is a lot of their range is geared towards historicals. So it's so the colors are a little bit more muted. They don't have as many poppy colors. And I would say from my experience, their poppy colors, like their deep blues, their flat yellows, their scarlet reds, have consistency issues with their pigment. Because my yellows are all super washy, like they're milk essentially.
Yeah.
In consistency. Wow. And it's very hard to paint with those, whereas all my Army Painter and my Coat d'Arms paints with yellows have been okay. Like the consistency's okay. You still need to kind of.
This is why I use multiple brands.
Yeah.
Like I don't limit myself to one, so certain colors might work better with one firm than another.
Oh, speaking of that, Utari, because I don't know if you watch Ben's chats, because I did put it in Ben's, but I didn't put it in yours for reasons I've forgotten myself. But
I may have missed it if it was in American time.
I finally got this in the mail after almost a month of waiting for it to come into stock. So.
Ooh.
What is it?
It's the
Ah.
Flames of War Hit the Beach starter set. So this damn thing comes with, what does it come with? It comes
All the
with,
thing.
comes with 2 Sherman 75mm, 3 Sherman 76mm, and 3 more 75mm Shermans. So it comes with that's 5 75s and 3 76s, and 32 U.S. rifle para riflemen. So it's airborne.
Yeah.
It comes with 2 Panzer Grenadier platoons, 58 figures, a Panzer Grenadier HQ, 6 figures, 2 pack 40s, and 3 Panzer IVs, a rule book, quick start guide, a V1 flying bomb launching ramp, terrain piece, cards and dice for $40.
Wow.
It's really good, which is also why it's been out of stock almost everywhere. And I put this order in a month ago, and they finally got it in, and they shipped it out to me.
Yeah,
Surprisingly.
that's where other companies have got the leg up with GW with like the price points for their stuff, especially starter boxes. $40.
You can buy
Other
a
starter
full army
GW
for-
starters are horrible.
Yeah,
you can
They're
buy a full
basically
army
just
of-
at price is what they charge you for it, but they don't give you a deal on anything. Like what's their current one? It's the what's the current big starter one they have for 40K and
There was Shadow Spear. Try buying Shadow Spear anywhere because, well, the reason being not because of the Chaos units, but the Imperial units are fantastic, both rules wise and I think sculpt wise with several of them. So yeah, they're gone. There are no more Shadow Spears out there apart from ones that have been inflated up past £100 that resellers are putting out there. Other than that, even GW's run out of it. That's the big 40k one. They've got another one coming out, which is the Phoenix Rising for the Eldar, if you're into Eldar. But yeah, I want me Shadow Spear. Those Imperial units, those Space Marine units are amazing, and I want them. But I'm not paying over £100 for a box set just for half the models.
I was looking into Dead Zone, and you can buy like a full starter set in that for like €35. And Kings of War, you can buy a full army for like £7. I think it's like the full massive army for £70.
Okay. So
Anyway, cans of worm aside that I just opened there. So
no, it's
just
the normal 10 minutes of us talking about random shit.
It really is.
Can we go back to talk about politics? I can have an opinion on that.
You can have an opinion on miniature stuff. You just can't have an informed opinion on it.
Yeah, and it's like I'm
Just as a
bored, and so I just put in Discord. Can I kill something, please?
I know.
Just as a note before we start going, in terms of just back end things, Chris isn't here again. Crimson Hussar. He unfortunately got called into work, so I will be playing R1 again, and probably role playing that better than I do Isaac again, in terms of roles.
And we figured out how
you're
he
bard.
can actually get access to the character sheet now.
Yeah, so I now have
that'll make
full
things easier.
control of the character, and
Taking
I
direct control.
envy Bard abilities again because obviously he's got Jack of all trades. So I just see a plus to everything, and it's the most depressing thing in the world to see that he has a +7 to wisdom, some wisdom checks. It's like, well, I never. But yeah, there's that, and also, I know I keep saying it, but the podcast will eventually come back. I'm just trying to sort some things with podcast editor and stuff.
Please make it
worldly
come back
things that
soon
happen.
because I need something to entertain me when I'm working at work.
I can give you the link to a couple of D&D.
Don't advertise other people while we're advertising ourselves, Roach. Come on.
Wait until the self-plug is done, then you can plug other people.
Anyway, recap, I guess.
Recap. Well, there was not much to recap last.
Yes,
session
there
of
was.
travel
The fact
episode.
that you guys have infected Rivallon with like pacification stuff.
Do you
He had
want
a
to give the
perfectly
recap then?
viable fight against 2 giants and a load of like werewolf thing, hyenas. And what did he do?
Giant hyenas, yeah.
We should let them go by. They're just out for a midnight stroll. Crying out loud, what kind of ranger elf with a psycho complex does that?
A ranger elf with a psycho complex that's in the home country of one of the party members.
Of his best friend.
Correction. One that has a character arc.
I had a character arc.
Oh, Rivals redemption arc has begun.
Yeah.
It
no,
sucks.
it was mostly a travel episode. You guys spent some time longer than you initially planned and was required for at the border crossing.
My bad.
Because you essentially challenged the authority of the TSA agent who is on duty, so they decided to have some fun and just make you wait. Which is something we can all relate to, either being in the receiving end or doing that.
No, because I've never been to America,
Look at
so
what's
I don't
coming.
know. Everywhere else seems to be okay. Actually, I'll tell you, I'm in Berlin next week. I'll see what they think about a Brit coming in at the moment.
Just don't make that joke that everyone that's always online. Last time I was here, I didn't need a passport. Couldn't find a German to take one.
Anyway.
Well, no, that's Normandy. An old U.S. Vet comes into France and he's just like, I didn't need a passport last time I came in here. I always needed a passport to get into France. Well, I couldn't find a Frenchman to give it to. I got to the beach.
Terrible.
That's a stupid joke. Yeah, you spent some time on the border, and we're finally able to get across without too much time left in the day, but continued moving on, and you've basically been keeping a fairly good pace throughout this journey as you've been traveling fairly straight towards your destination, which is the camp of Demir and Ustenia's tribe, which is south or north of the town of Jivy. With that, you didn't really do a lot of character moments in between people talking and trading information and trying to plan things out. You've been definitely a lot of things getting set up as you move. What else happened? Well, not a lot. You did have that potential fight one night later on in your journey, in which a couple of giants, in the exact definition of that word, and a few giant hyenas came out of the night, looking probably for some shelter, which just so happened to be the shelter you were taking. But instead of fighting, you deftly avoided a conflict and moved through most of the night. Well, not most of the night. You moved for a little bit longer and then slept. You got out of the danger, and yeah, a couple of talks with some locals revealed some goings-ons in the north part of the country, including some strange happenings with a creature who is hunting at night. That may or may not be something you actually know. You didn't really roll well to figure out from the clues you had, but it's definitely something that's killing horses and burning them, whether that's a creature.
It's a dragon!
But that's
We just don't know what type.
You just don't know what type.
Don't care.
But you did finish. You did finish off last session about in the morning, going north, and you will be probably hitting Jivy today. Is what we left off at.
Where?
There is.
Jivy? What? Who's Jivy?
It's the place. Javy.
The place to
The- with
be.
the accent. It's the.
with the
Oh,
accent.
got it,
The
got it,
intestine-
got it, yeah, got it. I was in the wrong part of the map. Sorry, my bad. I'm new to the area.
Jivy. Yeah. But we
Like that
I
tourist
think
with the map
actually we
upside
ended
down.
it off. We ended
We'd
it
just
off.
gotten there.
You just gotten there because we wanted to skip. But yeah, a little bit before you got there, you did cross a river. This is a little tributary to the Tarlis River that that's on the eastern side, or eastern side of the country. Not very large, but very quick river. But there's a little fording point right at the end of the road that you're at, that you're able to go through without too much trouble. And on the other side, you see, well, what Demir and Ustenia know to be Javi, which is a town. But to everyone else, not necessarily what looks like a town. More like a holdfast or like a very small settlement. There's maybe grand total, depending on how you define building, maybe 20 in this little settlement. But that's discounting a couple what look to be temporary tent structures on the outskirts. There's a single road that cuts through. There's no like formal grid system or formal roads in this. It's just kind of like a main street. It's like an old western town, if you know what those look like. Very small one, like just main street. There's a couple of larger buildings. There's like a 2-story building you can see that almost like a keep in a way. It's semi-stone built on the bottom with wood on the top. But it looks to be the biggest building in the town. But that's the only defining thing you can get from where you're at, because you're kind of going over a hill after you hit the river, and you're going down into this town as you go along. But yeah, you see a few people milling about. It's let's see here, what is it today? Probably not that well, because the weather in Utash is pretty shitty. Yeah, it's about 11 degrees out right now. Not too much wind though, and it hasn't rained today yet. But just kind of, there's a little fog resting in the low parts outside of the town, and it's just kind of an afternoon day as you walk in. Well, ride in, actually. Nobody's walking, everybody's riding. But yeah, you're in Javi. You have been here before, Ustenia. It's a fairly small town, but also fairly average for most of your country. And there is one trading post in the town that normally you and like a group of people from your tribe, like when you settle in here for this time of year, in the spot that you normally pick. Basically, you have a route that you have little settlement areas that are good for hunting, good for grazing, stuff like that. You go to, and you go like a circuit throughout the year. Yeah. So when you're here, you usually go into town to the trading post and pick up things that you can't get anywhere else. So like lamp oil, nice linens, things like that. You know, and just trade what you've made from selling your horses and stuff to traders up north or down south. Typically where you make money.
Yeah.
That's basically that's all Javi does, as far as you know. Is it has a trading post that kind of lets people buy things from the tribes that come around here, and it has a bit of like a leatherworking industry, and that's about it. And industry is a very broad definition.
So we're not going to find any master traders in town.
Probably.
Depends what
Demir
your
says-
definition of master trader is.
The
In
owner
what
of
you're
the trade
after.
post trades.
I mean a tradesman rather than trader. It's fine. I was. Yes. Any idea of who to ask? Maybe that would have seen members of the tribe recently.
We could talk to the elders. They're always the go-to.
Could also talk to the owner of the trade post. If they were by, they would have come in and gotten things.
It's not a bad thought. I believe this is more your territory, is Ustenia. Maybe you should lead the way on this.
Okay. And Ustenia will duly lead on.
Lead on. Okay. where are you leading on to?
Let's check in with the master trader first, and any elders will likely be somewhere nearby. Just hanging out by the shops as old people do.
As the old people do, as you are down with the folks.
What's up, fellow elders?
What's up, fellow somewhat historical fantasy characters? Okay. Yeah. So you ride down the main street and you come across the two-story building, which is the trade post. It's got like a little sign out front in Uteshian. Estonia, it reads trade post. Kinda,
No fooling anyone here.
Nope. Pretty standard. It's got a stone bottom, which is somewhat new. You do remember last year it was.
I dare any party member to actually ask me, what does that say?
What does that say?
Trade post.
Oh, okay.
It looks like there's been a bit of a renovation. He must have gotten some extra money to get a mason to put in a stone first story, essentially. Over the last since the time you were here, which has been about a year, so you had time. But yeah, you see it's pretty standard though. Single door, one big window on the side that you can see just a lot of items on different shelves and tables and stuff on the inside, and there's a couple lantern lights and things keeping it lit on the inside. So if you enter, which I'm assuming, do you, or are you just,
Naturally.
naturally? Okay. Well, I didn't know if you were wanting to go around and try and look for the elders, or if you were going in. But if you go in, which you do, you head inside and you see the a counter with a kind of decrepit old man sitting behind it, who seems like, the way you describe him is almost like a living crypt keeper in terms of his structure. And you know him fairly well, Ustenia, and so does Demir. This is Yakiv, who is a staple of this town. He is an ungodly age. You don't know how old he is, but you know your grandfather traded with him, at least. So he's got to be up there. And he's got almost no hair, but wispy white strands that are kind of flowing down that have never been cut. So he probably just falls out the parts that are there just keep getting longer. He's got this weird kind of crusted over right eye and a crooked smile as he sees you walk in, and he's just like that, just like this kind of hang lip, and the little bell rings as you open the door, and you see nobody else inside. There's little checkerboard which you'd kind of describe as checkerboard. I think it's dragon chess in actually the setting, but a little game board set up on a barrel, but the pieces are all kind of set away, and nobody's playing or anything, so it's pretty empty this time of day. But Biakiv is behind the counter, and he's just doing that. He's got one eye looking at you because the other one isn't working, and doing his weird smile as you enter. Yeah.
Hello. It's good to see you again.
Who are you?
This is me, Stinya, one of your regular customers, and my brother Demir. You know our father, right? Grandpapa used to trade with you. We're of the Opalking clan.
Hey, yes. What do you want? By the way, none of this you can understand, except for Ustenia.
Yeah, so whichever way in Teshin.
It's high. If you'd like, Demir kind of like under his breath, like just kind of like translating.
No, I
to-
think it's funny if we don't know.
No, but no, yeah, and this guy, and yeah, you all see the same thing. Again, it's just this old, decrepit, ancient man who has a barely working face and senses, and he's just sitting behind there. He also got shorter since the last time you saw him, Ustenia, by the looks of it. That, or he's just slumping more so, but he's just behind his counter.
Uh,
What do you want?
well, we're interested in some information and maybe buy some goods, but we hear that from one of the other parties coming down the road that there is creature that is hunting horses at night. Have you heard anything about it?
Yeah, pay no mind. I am here. I don't need other things out there. No. Ask other people.
Do you know where the local elders might be hanging around?
Are they here?
Sorry, what was that?
Are they
Are they
here?
here?
If they're not there, he doesn't know.
Then I don't know.
Alright, maybe. Alright, okay. So, what have you got? Anything new?
Does kind of this motion with like as he brings his hands up, they're all just going like that, just as he's moving, and he does that little like this, like a wide, just kind of basically snarking. This is what I have. Just like look at everything that's on the shelves, because what you see is it's a single room downstairs with like a stairwell behind him, but there's no walls, there's no dividers. It is just tables and shelves with a lot of shit. Like, I mean, it's somewhat well packed in certain areas. Like, you know, he's got like ration packs and cans and stuff like that kind of stacked up. You ever seen like an old Western general store? It's kind of like that. Just kind of like around. And you've been here before. He has a lot of things. Don't know why you're back. With your people came last week. Don't usually buy much.
I've been away from home and I'm making my way back. Papa, the clan chief, he's not doing so good. So I come back from the
I wonder
dwarf of
why
the
he
freehold.
didn't buy that tea his wife likes. Wasn't here.
Well, perhaps I can buy some and maybe give his gift to Mama. I'm sure she'll appreciate it.
Eh. He's not a conversation.
Okay, well, I'm
Really?
buying the tea.
Okay, you go and find. There's like a little section for good products that he has off in the corner. Like really not expensive because it's obviously stuff he has to sell around here, but it's nicer things. So there's like this little. Usually, your dad buys a box of tea that's it's got a symbol on it that looks to be you've seen it before, the Silver Sand Trade Company symbol. It says Zeralian orange tea is what it's called, labeled.
You froze out there. I missed all of that.
Zeralian orange tea is what it's called.
Have we come across that? I feel like we have.
Zeralian orange tea? Not necessarily. I think I might have. I have a lot of like random foods and things like, in settings. So I might have used it as a descriptor at one point, but it's basically
I thought you meant when we were back in Gorgon. I thought we mentioned. I thought it'd been.
It might have at one point, but basically it's just a tea that's it's a citrusy kind of tea, and it comes from Zeral, and it's nice. It costs usually about, well, the looks of it, if you buy the box, it's like 3 gold pieces. Just
I'll do that.
a bit. And yeah, you can pick up most things here. If you'd like to pick up any extra supplies, anything like that, you can go ahead and pick up like extra rations, basic gear, stuff like that, rope, oil, things like all that kind of stuff. If you would like, for for a small markup in price. But yeah, you put the tea in front of him, and you know, 3 gold, please.
All right, I hand over the cash.
All right, you try and hand it. His hands outstretched, but it's just doing this. It makes a jangling noise when it's in his palm, basically. He puts it down. Anything else?
No, that'd be for me, thank you. Any other guys? No, I'm switching to Colin when addressing the other people. Any other guys want anything? Now's the time.
I don't think so.
I'm just looking around, just like tourists in a tut shop. The easiest way to explain it. So, like, if you're on holiday in Spain,
Yeah,
there's all
I
of those.
spend ages looking and don't buy anything.
Yeah, they just go in and think, I'm doing that. I'm exactly doing that.
Oh, this looks nice. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
It's even worse as you think, like, because as you're looking around, you definitely see in like one corner there's like some meat that is just like on display, but it's not salted or anything like that. It's just like a cut of horse meat that is just like a little couple of flies and stuff going by there. As you look around.
It's like the butcher out of that. It's like the butcher out of that Resident Evil game, right at the beginning. What is it? Resident Evil 4 in Africa?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, 5.
It's
5's
that.
Africa.
5.
5's
That.
Africa. Yeah.
That. It's
4's
that.
the good one. 4's the good one, like with the
5
president's
was
daughter.
okay. 6
In
was
like
terrible.
Spain.
6 didn't
I think.
exist.
But yeah, if you look around, it just that's not a lot of like really interesting things to buy or anything. There's no like any souvenirs or anything.
It's okay. I'm fine. I want to just get where we're meant to be going. I think Isaac is like, this is just a pit stop. This is just a pit stop. You've got to be comfortable with doing things for friends.
You see the shopkeeper like pick up a little quill, like very like it's like he goes to pick up the quill in his hands, just doing the shake. He grabs the quill and it's fine. Then he goes to write. Perfectly stable. Puts the quill down. Just starts shaking again.
Okay. Did you
Looking at
find
the
out
dragon
where where your family are?
No, he tends to just live in the shop. He don't know anything else outside it. He's not conversational type.
Pretty
Oh,
sure he can't walk. Like 80% sure. I don't know. Maybe I've never seen him get up.
I haven't
Okay.
either.
He just kind of stays in that seat, and I don't know how the shop gets stopped.
Magic.
No, maybe, but probably not. Kind of just a sad old man.
Okay. Well, Oppikin brothers, where from here?
I mean, if they came by not too long ago to buy things, then they're probably not too far away. They're probably just in the camp that we usually stay in this time of year. Means it's maybe less than a day from here. Get there by night.
Well, I'd say we start heading that way then.
Okay.
Don't you all agree?
Sounds like a
I
plan.
agree.
Sounds good to me.
Well then, gentlemen, you are our guide here. Lead on.
All right. So you exit the shop, and you definitely, as you're looking around, you notice there are a couple of like decorations on some of the buildings around here. And when you check the date, it's Harvest Night Eve.
Oh,
So it's Harvest Night tonight.
I thought that had already passed. Huh.
Nope. No, No, I said it was harvest day, but the night is tonight. Yeah, that's happening. But yeah, you see that, but other than that, not too much else going on. A couple of kids playing around in the streets, doing their standard kid stuff. Whatever the kids do.
Hello, fellow children.
Playing around, doing that wheel thing with a stick, making a wheel, making one of those things go down the street. Because I don't know what you did before electronics were.
Kids had toys.
Yeah, I guess so. Specifically, I don't know what kids did in the medieval ages. For fun.
This is high fantasy. They can do what the hell they want.
Yeah.
One kid, there could be a kid casting dancing lights as a spell, with other kids dancing around it.
Maybe kid with a magical
Fair.
Game Boy, just playing, playing that.
Kid with a magic
Brother,
wand.
a brother gets annoyed at his sister and casts vicious mockery at her.
That actually could kill them with the HP that what the child has.
And that is how bards are created in their backstory.
Okay. All right then. So, if you don't have anything else to do in Javi, it's just basically a straight on through the town because it's a single road that goes through the town. Like
Did I notice any place of worship in town?
Not a one.
Okay, cool. Nope, I'm ready to go.
The biggest structure in town is that trade post.
Okay.
And that's it. Most of them are single story, like small buildings along the main road and some tents and yurts, essentially, around. So, yeah. And it's, by the way, there's like there's no landmarks for miles around this town. It's near the river, and it is on a basically flat plain, just in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, there is nothing here.
It is a
We keep
sad
freezing out
town.
here for me. Anyone else getting it?
Yeah, I'm getting
No.
a bit of freezing.
I'm not.
Everybody's frozen on my screen now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm getting it on the audio as well.
No,
I might
I'm
get
good.
The audio stuff.
Like
I'm not.
I'm missing whole conversations.
We're having a lot of technical difficulties there, because also Mikey hasn't been able to join.
Maybe go back to the US.
Yeah, I'm just trying. Hello, USA.
Hello, USA. Oh,
Mikey is on his phone, I think.
yes.
Yes, because I'm getting a lot of technical issues otherwise, and if I don't use my phone, I'll miss out on everything. And Roach is
Oh,
dead.
Roach
No,
is
he's
here
alive.
But Utari is no longer there.
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Remember, I'm not on video.
You're not on a webcam. Duh.
I can turn my video on, but I want to try and save.
That's fine.
Data.
That's fine.
Save data.
Oh no,
Save data.
my internet's still on. So
Okay.
it's not my internet; it's my PC, which is being a PC.
Yeah, you need to get that new rig soon.
Please.
But yeah, you go ahead and go on through Javi and go for a little ways on the road before going off the road again and start heading north. Passing by, random clumps of trees and etc. as you head towards, which on your map shows to be the northern steppe, which is just a large area in the northern part of the country that is labeled as a steppe. So it's even more featureless and grasslandy than the grasslands you've been traveling in.
Great. See, that's
So we are
grassland,
officially in
but
the-
this is grassland.
We're officially in the Greater Mongolia area. Or the
Yeah.
Golden Horse,
Yo,
Russia.
yo, dog. I heard you like grassland. So put grassland in your grassland so you can step while you step.
Oh my god.
That's awful.
I'm done. I'm going. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's
That's it. I don't want to
Well,
anger
everyone,
my
it
viewers.
only took us 30 something sessions, but we jumped the shark.
Yeah.
Congratulations. We did it.
So I'm gonna get some nondescript liquor and put it in my my non-drink, and
Okay.
you can have a work in the morning. So, congratulations, Utari, you made me drink. Well done.
Yay.
That's
Mission
low bar
accomplished.
to make you drink, though, from what we know.
I mean, he
No,
is
it
It
Irish.
really doesn't.
Oh,
No, it doesn't take an awful long. But once that
you can't
switches
say
into-
that, Midge. Only he can say that.
You can't say that. You're being racist. If I say it, it's just being funny. Major
But okay.
imperialism is showing again. Stop.
But okay, you yeah, but you just head north. So you're just going to where your family's campsite, or where your tribe's campsite normally is. You know, it's a trip you've taken hundreds of times, and after about say a few hours on horseback, again on a featureless plain of grass, you crest a small little like undulation in the ground, and you see in front of you, not too far away. What?
It was just a small undulation.
Small undulation.
I swear that's the word for that, isn't it?
What?
Hang on. Undulation. I swear that's the.
That's like a. Let's say.
Yeah.
Difference
Downward.
it's a small difference in height.
Yeah, but that's also the term they use
Undulate.
for like the jihad bomb.
No.
I swear it is. Well done.
No.
Okay, continue without me.
Oh, we do constantly, all the time.
All the time.
What's going on here?
I don't
Don't
know.
worry.
But you see out in front of you, a little ways away, a large encampment. Some smoke rising off or from the horizon, and just tents, maybe a half-mile wide, from what you can see, just kind of like set up here. A little bit bigger than normal from what you remember Ustenia, but then again, for the context.
Rivallon sits on his horse, grabs his bow, and says, "We can take him."
That's our family.
You ain't taking shit, bad boy.
Okay, so you guys aren't involved then. All right, fair enough.
But you see that out in the distance, in front of you, not too far away. You can get there by night. So, what would you like to do? Would you like to keep going forward, or you?
I think we should, as we're this close, I think we should just get there, don't you?
Yeah, just keep going.
Just doing a pause here for a second. Do we want to like wait and see if Mikey can actually?
That's
ever
probably a
get
better
back?
idea. See if he can
Because
figure out
he
his
can't
connection.
roll at all right now, and we're down to 3 players out of her original 5.
I've lost connection to host.
You're still there.
Yeah, you're still there.
On, can I'm gonna try and roll.
It says
I'll try
you're
and roll too.
reconnected. Yeah, you just rolled.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of technical difficulties going on right now. Mikey can't join in on Discord, and also because of that, he can't do anything on Fantasy Grounds, which means he cannot roll like that.
Okay.
I just want to say, Lone Hunter 116, thank you very much for the lightning bolts. It's very kind of you.
Yes, thank you. Normally this is this goes a lot smoother
Oh, there goes Roach.
Yeah, there goes Roach.
No, this goes a lot smooth.
Yeah, that was like perfect timing.
It really was.
He
Utari, are you still there, mate?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just
Okay. Oh,
hanging
well,
away.
the 3 Brits are still here. That's okay. Fair enough.
Okay, America's
good.
dead. Ireland is dead. I don't even know if.
Time to
Mikey
rebuild
can
the
hear us.
empire.
Hurrah! It's of our time again!
Reclaim the birthright. God save the Queen. Stole the corgis as princes of the realm.
Okay. For this, I will now do some entertaining dancing.
You're gonna be there a while, hopefully not, but you might end up. I'm gonna pause the recording. Hold on. Comes on a dustbin lid.
Can you guys hear me? No.
You can now, yeah.
Yeah, we were hoping to see if you could get you.
I've already warned the world of your pending rise again, so don't worry.
Oh, okay.
We're just going to give you a chance to see if you can reconnect, mate, so we can actually roll and stuff.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've been sitting here for the last 20 minutes waiting for my laptop to restart, so it might be borked. It might actually.
Oh.
I've lost connection to Roach now as well.
Yeah.
So
Roach
should we take
seems
our
to be
break
trying.
like half an hour early, maybe, and just pause?
Reconnect. Host reconnect. Attempt fail 1, a fail 2, and fail 3.
Well, I can imagine in the background is just.
One of my viewers, Archmage, is saying, "Nobody's building an empire on my watch. America forever."
Yeah, Roach has just left the call, so I'm pretty sure he did.
Alright, I'm just going to get rid of my overlay so people can actually see you guys. Nope, that's really bad as well. We'll go back to the overlay. Oh yeah, my cameras are all in the wrong place, aren't they? Hey! We're losing everything.
Roach.
Alright, I lost my my internet.
Yeah, we guessed. We were just saying that we're going to take the break early, maybe extend the break a little bit, see if I can get my laptop on.
Oh my god.
Come back, maybe.
Fantasy Grounds, come back to me, Fantasy Grounds. Don't leave me.
You can't get it unless I have my internet, and I don't.
Do you have like any anything from the provider on this? Maybe it's a provider thing.
Joy game. Rival.
I don't know.
Did somebody hit the pole with a combine again?
It's harvest time, so that is a possibility. Well, actually, no, that wouldn't be a possibility. If I lost power, that'd be a possibility. I wouldn't lose my internet. No wires.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I keep forgetting you got that satellite stuff going. That's one good thing I.
No,
Not satellite,
could not connect to host. Roach.
Yeah, you're not gonna get it unless my internet comes back. God damn it! Not my phone.
Fix your internet. Get out in that field now.
You sound much younger on the phone, by the way, Roach.
I do.
Yeah.
Probably because I'm probably a higher pitch or something.
Yeah, well, it's because it doesn't have the bass resonation in there, so you sound younger.
I believe there is some weird stuff happening. JP, you may be absolutely right on that, my friend.
All right, well, that automatically disconnected me on my phone, so it's when my internet came back.
It sounds like
I've been waiting for the last 30 minutes for my laptop to restart, so I'm pretty sure it's actually just borked. I'm pretty sure it's broken.
Well, that was the fastest 10 minutes in history, because it's only been like 3 minutes since you said it was 20 minutes.
Well, yeah, it's been pretty fast. I've just been sitting here.
I'm not
staring
necessarily
at the
comfortable.
over exaggerate things, you know.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily comfortable if Mikey can't
Oh,
join.
exactly.
Because
Okay.
only having three people.
I'm just gonna.
I hear you, mate. I hear you, Roach.
Only having three people would makes things a little bit slower. We were already stretching out those encounters a little bit.
Yeah.
We only had. So. And also, damn. Well, I mean, it's back up now, but.
I can't roll on anything. That's the worst part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the quality is probably pretty garbage.
I mean,
too
it's
bad.
I mean, the sound quality's worse than your microphone.
Yeah.
Oh, easily.
I mean, it is a SA plus, so it's not a terrible phone. So it's got that going.
Yeah. Right, I'm gonna go for a smoke while waiting for all these
Yeah,
issues
that's
to
fair.
resolve.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Hey, at least even
I
if
think
we
that's a
don't
question.
game today,
What's-
even if we don't necessarily game today, if we keep the routine going. which
That's
allows-
true.
Which means if we keep the
Yeah.
routine going, it's less of a jolt when we go back into it. We keep things going.
Yeah.
Keep things
And if we
fresh.
keep the routine going, then my viewers get to watch me play Mass Effect Andromeda this evening.
Oh, cool. I think I'm gonna call her Tyrion because she doesn't want me to say her real name, but she'll be around it.
'Cause I have to have something out there.
You discovered how much she loves Tyrion, haven't you?
A little bit. She's a
Yeah,
bit
she's
upset
on for,
that
like,
I am
every-
planning to romance Cora and not Vetra.
No, she wasn't upset. She just said that she thinks that, like, Cora is her second favorite. It's Vetra, Cora, then Jal is her top 3 from Andromeda.
I'm not too
Jarl
fond
just
of
has
Jar.
those fucked up pecs, and
Jal's fine. Also, my dogs are barking. So, like,
I don't know. I couldn't get into Andromeda at all. It seems like such a half-baked game.
Well, it is, but at the same
mean,
time, it's a
It's not
continuation of
even
the story.
technical- Well, that's the problem. It's not even the technical side. I mean, the technical side was horrible, but I'm talking about the story. Just does not.
Yeah, the
seem-
story is
it's
not
It's
greatest.
not fulfilling. It's not fulfilling. It doesn't. Like at least in the
It's-
first Mass Effect game, I felt fulfilled when I finished it.
Yeah,
I
when you
could've-
get to
if-
the end of each Mass Effect game, with the possible exception of 3, at least you've built up a relationship with these characters. You know their personalities, you know their backstories, and you go all the way through. So when you get some kind of resolution for each loyalty mission or something like that, it means something. And then when you get to the end, it's like, yes, I did it. But with this, I just get the feeling by the time we get to the end, it's just going to be, okay, we stopped the generic bad guy and got the MacGuffin.
Yeah, it doesn't. Like I've watched playthroughs of it, and it just doesn't like. It doesn't feel. I don't want to play it. That's weird, because I've watched your playthroughs of the Mass Effect trilogy, and it's made me kind of want to pick them up on PC again, so I can play them, but I don't feel like that with Andromeda at all. It just feels like a game that's like, oh, that looks kind of cool, but it's not. I mean, you know, it seems like a lot of the character moments of story is based around like in-game like
Action. It's based around action. It's not based around the characters and the story and anything like that.
I mean,
there's
even
nothing
even,
anchoring
like,
the whole
small
thing.
moments, even the small characterizations of the characters comes in like little environmental clips where they're talking to each other in like the back of your vehicle and things like that.
Yeah.
And, like,
because like one of my
that's
favorite interactions is actually between Liam and Vetra, where Liam and Vetra are talking about music. Because Liam mentions like music he likes, and Vetra likes the music they like, and it's like it's funny because they don't like each other. It's really funny to me. Because
yeah,
I think the
that
only
would've-
time I actually laughed out loud was on Liam's loyalty mission.
I actually don't like Liam, but his loyalty mission is probably the best.
Yeah, easily. With all the
I
references
mean-
to Star Wars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I would love it if that kind of stuff was in like the hub, because that's where it used to be. It
Yeah.
was all in the hub,
Yeah.
and like you went around and after every mission and everything you did, you went back to the hub and you had like new stuff to talk about, or you heard like new environmental things with people talking in their natural environment where it made
Or
sense.
newscasts or something.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like it doesn't make sense for them in the middle of a mission where you're like expecting to go into combat or something like that, for them to just kind of shoot the shit about music in the back of the seat of your combat vehicle. It doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily feel right. It doesn't feel as right. I don't know. It's just
The one thing they did get very right was the Nomad.
yeah. It's a better makeup.
It's hard to like make a Mako that's actually worse. Let's be fair.
That's true.
Well, yes, there
I
is
don't know.
that.
I like the Mako because of how derpy it was. That's why I like.
I could
I
well
ironically
see
liked
myself
it.
building the Nomad and driving it to work.
Did you know that the special collector's edition of Andromeda had an RC Mako in it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the special collector's edition of Andromeda had an RC Nomad. I'm talking about actually building a freaking Nomad and driving it to work. It's like, get in my way now, bitch.
It's kind of like how I would love a warthog. Just an actual
Yes.
in life, like in real life warthog. I would love. to
You mean the
drive
A10?
one of those things. The what?
The A10 Thunderbolt.
No, the Halo warthog.
Oh,
the
that's
Jeep,
fine. Yeah, the thing
The
that can't
LL
actually
the
drive in a straight
LAV.
line. Yes, fair enough. I can have that. Yeah, I
The
can understand that.
LAV, because there are like 2 of those in real life. One non-official one that was made by like a fan, and then one that was made by Weta Workshop. That's a real life driving variant that I think Rooster Teeth bought or something like that. Somebody bought it, but I want that so badly. I want the
if it's
real
up to
one
me, I
because
just want
gas
the
mileage would be
Titan
great
Titan.
because all you need is water. It's hydrogen fuel cells, so all you
Nice.
need is water in it.
Oh, I would
Great.
That's
totally
what I
make...
think we should move to. We need to move to hydrogen fueled cars because fucking
Yeah, because things don't
Really?
explode enough.
yeah. I mean, it'd be
Contractors
easier
will
to
be
go to
waiting.
hydrogen.
What?
It'd be cheaper.
Save on ambulance service fees. At least you know that when someone crashes
Yeah,
on their
because
head.
it would make people be a lot more safer, and people wouldn't be as stupid because they know if you crash, you will die. There's
That's
no other
not how
option here.
human psychology works.
It's
They
not
would
how
need-
human psychology works, mate.
Well,
It's
look
not-
at it this way.
Somebody would get like, I hate those people. I'm going to kill us both, and just like ram full speed into a vehicle and just blow both hydrogen fuel cells. But
But you see, this is why you look at Darwinism.
Or
Hey,
someone in
Steve.
a non-hydrogen fuel car crashes into a hydrogen fuel car, and you just have, I don't know.
I think they're already
gas
things
and
though.
hydrogen.
Yeah.
gas
I think they are
and
already a
hydrogen.
thing though in California, right? Like California already have hydrogen fuel cars.
Well, no, they have. It's different. Like, because the hydrogen fuel cells that are like actually drivable now are like very non-efficient because you have to like the hydrogen is made like in an off-site thing. It's not stored in
Yeah.
large amounts in the vehicle.
That's
It's very-
helium, Steve.
I was gonna say I would
totally
love
will be a
the
funny
first crash to occur with a full hydrogen, like a future hydrogen fuel cell like bus or something like that, because I know the people reporting on that, as long as nobody died, it'd be like, oh, the humanity, the bus humanity. As there's like a burning bus or something
Yeah.
like that. That'd be the first thing that happened to like some sort of like local newspaper because they thought they were clever.
So, guys, what are we doing?
My PC has moved somewhere, but it's not going very quick.
Okay, if we're 2 down, we can't continue really.
Impromptu politics stream.
Oh,
We can
dear.
shoot the shit. We can shoot the shit about random things. I'm fine with. just,
Yutari,
like,
I don't
sitting
have enough
around and-
alcohol in my house for that.
I'm fine with sitting around and just talking about random stuff for like a half hour. By the way, Rival, I love that mug. You have a channel branded mug. You son of a bitch.
I've had this for years, mate.
I haven't seen. Either you haven't used that on the stream when I'm paying attention to something like that, but the fact that you have a channel branded mug.
I really
See,
like
if
the
I-
colour, to be fair.
If I had a second camera, I would set it up so that I could like paint it and show people here's my painting. But I'm not that good a painter. There are stream painters that are fantastic,
It
and
doesn't
I'm
matter how
not
good
going to
you
show
are.
my embarrassingly terrible
Doesn't
painting
matter how
style.
good you are.
I know I'm happy with my models in terms of I know I'm not a good painter, but I paint my models. I'm happy with them.
You are the
but
best.
I'm not
gonna
gonna stream it.
painter as you are, and that's all that matters.
Oh, that's the
Doesn't
point.
ma-
Roach is about to reach through the screen and just choke Atari. You are the best painter. You are.
I hate it when people, because I had to go through that shit. I still go through that shit when that's why I don't go on to like the groups, like painting groups and like
Well,
miniature
no,
wargaming groups. To like go like,
Okay, you're getting me
"Oh,
wrong.
that's
I'm
good
not
of mine."
disappointed in my painting style. I just know it's not something I can market as a streamable thing when there are far more talented painters. I'm not upset with my level of painting. I'm happy with it.
90% of those streams are the personality of the people painting. I don't
Yeah,
watch.
but
I don't watch
but they are.
Painting Maniac because he's a good painter. I watch him because he's funny and he's
yeah, but
energetic.
on top of that, they are also very good painters. You're right. I watch EE Miniatures because she's a very good painter for one, but two, her personality is very funny. But it's still the good painting is on the side there. I can shoot the shit with anyone, but painting to my quality, I don't think is going to be marketable as a stream. Playing the game, and I'm terrible playing the game, but at least there's something pretty to look at. Yes, I can totally stream doing that. Speaking of, get your tabletop simulators ready, boys. I will be playing online 40k at some point when I know people's availabilities if they're interested in that. I know Steve's up for it on my server. So if any of you are interested in it, playing some 40k over the interwebs,
What edition?
8th.
I've never played it.
Is that the latest edition?
Really easy. It's like super easy to learn now.
Is that the latest edition? Okay. I was getting fantasy and 40k mixed,
I would
'cause-
say 8th
no, I-
edition is more conducive to tabletop simulator than any of the other editions.
Well, yeah, it's not true line of sight. That's the thing.
No,
Speaking of
and
games and stuff, I actually have one coming up. I'm going to be playing in a 15mm Civil War game this the 13th. It's gonna be
15mm.
Yeah.
That's going to be a very small civil war.
That means you can have a shitload of.
How the hell are you
going
going to get all the soldiers on the field?
Have you
And the horses?
Have you ever been to a museum that has a diorama of, like, say, there's one actually in the Imperial War Museum. I remember it had it. Not sure if they still have it. A
they have a
diorama
toilet
of the
nearby?
Battle of Waterloo, and it had every not exactly every, because the exact numbers not being exact, but he had modelled enough so that it would be as accurate a representation of the Battle of Waterloo as possible with all the miniatures out there. It's
I don't know if
possible
they-
in
Are you talking
15mm
about the guy
scale.
that painted every single trooper in 15mm? And it was like lead pewter. That he
It was
painted.
a British Army officer, captain, I think it was,
No,
that
different
made
guy
the
then.
diorama.
In the U.S., a man hand painted every single soldier in the Battle of Waterloo in 15mm and extras, and he was trying to sell it to a museum. He was trying.
Yeah.
He had spent like 10 years painting all these things up.
I know there was a captain in the British Army that painted up his version of the Waterloo diorama, and it was similar level. I'm not too sure if it was pewter models or not, but
Well,
certainly they
if
were
it's 15,
15mm
it's
scale.
pewter. It's
Yeah.
15. If 15 or lower, it's pewter. They don't-
I'm
they
sure
don't
it was a
class-
British Army captain. It could be a US, but I'm certain this was several years ago when I last saw it, so I'm not too sure how recent that guy was. But it's I'm sure it's in the Imperial War Museum. And yes, in 15mm scale, you can get entire armies on there if you want, in the tens of thousands.
Oh, by the way, Rival.
Yes.
I wanted to tip you off to something. There's a game that's currently in development that's not too far out from being released called Starbase. Something you might be interested in as a game. It's
Okay.
a lot of building and space.
A lot of building in space.
Yeah.
Two of my favorite things.
Way to sum them up. Christ. Oh.
Mikey!
Building in space.
So
Oh,
my
you're back on
laptop's finally
computer.
started, but now I can't get Hamachi or Fantasy Grounds to load up. So fucking shoot me in the face, bitch.
Yeah, don't worry about that, cause I froze up on my fantasy grounds.
Yeah, I've
I
got
think we'll
Fantasy
just-
Grounds
I think
to
we'll
load
just
up, but
call it for
Hamachi's
this week.
doing-
I think there's something. I think the universe doesn't want us
Something
to
in
play
the
this thing.
universe is going, yeah, you know what? No D&D
No.
for you guys.
No,
But
no
it
D&D
does
for you guys.
mean that we've got one more before a week break again, because next week is the night before I go to PDXCon. So,
And I'm still working it out, but on the 30th, which is day before Halloween, we'll have a game,
Oh.
and I am going to be.
Are there penguins?
No, well, no, it's
Damn it!
Halloween.
that
So-
was my Christmas special as well.
It's Christmas.
No, no, but I enjoyed the penguins.
might-
We've been listening to it again and wetting ourselves over how Crimson was trying to deal with us.
I might be running another Halloween theme session, like the last year's Halloween theme session. I'm still working it out though. So we'll.
Is there going to be a red dragon?
No, probably not going to be D&D.
Okay, I'm happy.
Probably not going to be D&D, and you'll probably have to do a little bit of external game homework-ish stuff to make it work.
And I'm sad again.
But
well, you'll have to
anyway,
take questions, but we'll work it
anyone on my end, I'm going to end things here. Gonna obviously off the stream tonight. Sorry about all of that. I'm going to go get some editing done instead, because I've got loads of work to do before PDXCon. I have what is now 7 days, and I'm working 4 of them. So, this is going to be great. So, thank you. Sorry about that tonight. I will be probably streaming again at some point tomorrow. See you then.
My guys, probably actually not going to do anything because you may have noticed as it flashed up earlier on, Frostpunk. I've got a load of work to do to get that online for you as soon as possible. So I'm going to work on that. So Friday for me. Andromeda again.
Yay!
Actually, yes, because we got the Nomad and we cleared Eos. All in one stream.
For the first
yeah.
time. You gotta come back later.
I know you have to go back there millions of times. But we've got the Nomad, which means all following missions on planets are entertaining, if nothing else.
Entertaining.
Yeah, that's true.
You're just getting the Nomad. You're having a bad time getting the Nomad, go for a drive.
So, those watching my stream, we are calling it early, Steve, and other lurkers, because we are just being plagued by technical issues. I know you was a little late there, Steve. So yeah, we're just going to call it a night, and I'm probably just going to paint some models.
Oh, very nice.
So,
I'm
sorry
gonna finish
guys.
my drink.
We will see you next week, though.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Are we in the clear?